Am I getting old? Am I getting old, or am I just getting screwed with? That's the question that I need to ask the horror industry, the horror community, anybody to do with horror over the past decade or so. Because honestly, it's getting to the point where I feel like I'm getting completely screwed, and it's really pissing me off. I mean, where do I even start at this point? Where do I even start? Let's start it off with the fact that there is some sort of limbo going on in the Friday the 13th industry, the Friday the 13th brand. And it's been going on for way too long. Between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham and Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees and this, that, and the other thing, they have done nothing but screw over fans like myself, guys who have been watching horror since the 80s, and new fans alike. They're just bending us over at this point. And it all really started. I mean, let's not even talk about the Friday the 13th remake. It was what it was. But let's go to Friday the 13th, the game. I am not a gamer. I do not. The newest system I have is a PlayStation 2. And the reason I have it is because my stepdad had it in his basement. I'm like, are you using this? He's like, no. And I knew it could play PlayStation 1 games that I had. And I got it and got a few games. And truthfully, you know what I have hooked up that I actually play? An NES and a Super NES. That's what I played when I was a kid. Maybe an Atari 3600. I don't have one of those hooked up, but those are the three systems I played as a kid. But the Friday the 13th game actually made me contemplate, do I get a PlayStation 4 and get this game? Because that's how good it looked. The attention to detail, the story, everything that went on. Tommy Jarvis, Higgins Haven, all the little details, the different Jason bodies you could play as. All of this stuff showed so much respect to the franchise and all of the movies from Paramount to New Line that it actually made me want to get it. And I'm glad that I put that off. I'm glad that I put that off because, as all of you know, the Friday the 13th game is offline. You can't play it anymore. And it was a complete waste to probably what is one of, if not the best, horror video game of all time. Now, all this continues, but just the other day, they can't agree. I mean, they can't agree on a movie. They can't get us outside. They have a new TV series coming out that at this point, I don't even know what to expect. I don't even know what they're going to do to bend us over and screw all of the Jason diehards from the 80s and 90s, even into the 2000s. It's all up in the air now. Because what has happened? A thing called the Jason universe. Something like, here, look, this is the logo they have. The Jason universe. Now, once again, the Jason universe with the 13 in it, that's pretty cool. But that mask is a little dicey, but it is what it is. You know, you don't really get too much out of that and don't really know what you're going to get. But what happens? Just the other day, they revealed the full body of what Jason Voorhees will look like going into the future. And this is what came out right here. Jason Universe reveals new Jason Voorhees designed by makeup effects legend Greg Nicotero. Right off the bat, I'm questioning if Greg Nicotero actually wants to put his name on this, because that was not at all what any of the fans wanted. That is not at all. Well, I mean, now once again, am I old? Is this to try to bring in a new, younger generation of Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th fans? Because if it is, tell me down in the comments. Please tell me. Say, Mike, you're fucking old. You are old. And but to me, this looks like it and the backlash that it has received almost seems like it's going to, if they're smart, it's going to change, just like when they put out those original screenshots of what Sonic would look like in the first Sonic movie. And everyone was like, what the was that? Like, what are you doing? And then they went back and had to redo the whole movie and change Sonic to look like Sonic the Hedgehog. But like, once again, here's the close up there. But let's look at the full body. There it is. What in the world were they thinking? Now, I know, look, first and foremost, I'm not even going to get to the mask, but let's just start off with the fact that he's wearing the goddamn jacket again. He's wearing the goddamn jacket, and that became a thing. What, Freddy versus Jason in the reboot? But when you watch Friday the 13th Part 2, he's wearing overalls. When you watch Friday the 13th Part 3, 4, 6, 7, it's a tattered shirt. It's a tattered shirt and pants. That's all Jason needs. And that's why it looked so damn good. By 7, it was rotting away. You could see the spine through Kane Hodder's back. It looked amazing. Then they went on to do Freddy versus Jason and Friday the 13th, the reboot. They put him in a jacket. I don't know what, but to be honest, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing. It's not these skinny jeans he's wearing. But I mean, like from the neck to the waist, I don't have that big of a problem with what we're looking at right here. But the mask, folks, the mask, square eye holes. Let's go to the close-up there. Square eye holes, less holes in the actual mask. The mask it's like form-fitting to his face. Like, I don't understand. And there's almost no definition to the nose. I have no idea what in the God's name. Does Greg Nicotero really want his name on this? Seriously. This is embarrassing. I sure hope Greg Nicotero really and once again, I mean, it is what it is. He's been in the horror industry forever. But I hope they brought this to him and he just kind of signed off on it. And then they're like, Greg Nicotero had something to do with this, so you must all like it. Fuck that. That's not how I roll. That is not how I roll. This looks absolutely horrible. And I want to point out that this was the best meme that I saw, and I want to bring it up. I don't know who's originally responsible for this. I did not make this, but this is what came out. Literally all we wanted, what they gave us. Perfect example. I can deal with the jacket, but look at the mask. It actually looks like a Jason mask. It looks like Jason Part 3, 4, somewhere in that time frame. That's what we wanted. Nobody wants the new Jason. Looks like something they created for a playable character in Mortal Kombat. Like someone who didn't have anything to do with the Friday the 13th franchise, had no idea about horror fans, and no idea about the Friday the 13th fans, was like, oh yeah, we'll make him a downloadable playable character, which I believe they did. Like I said, I'm not a gamer, but I'm almost positive that they had Jason in one of these games. And someone who had nothing to do, had never really seen a Friday the 13th movie, but kind of saw like what knew what Jason looked like, put out this with his son, and it has like an anime Japanese kind of look to the mask. Like MAGA, is that what it's called? Once again, this is what we wanted on the, what is that, on the left of your screen, and this is what they gave us. Shame on Victor Miller or Greg Nicotero or Sean Cunningham or Horror Inc. or Jason Universe or whoever greenlit this shit. I actually saw stuff that said that they were, we're listening to the fans. You ain't listening to the fans. If you're listening to the fans, you'll see this video, you'll see tons of other videos, you'll see comments down below those videos telling you how much you fucked up. Guys, this is my first video on a new channel. I am not new to this. I've been talking horror and reviewing horror movies and all of that going on 15 years on the internet. Okay, this is nothing new. It's just a new channel where I can channel everything on the channel that I can channel, all of the things that I love, which is 80s and 90s pop culture, horror, music. So please do me a favor. I'd like to know, am I old? Are people fucking with me? Let me know down in the comments section. I would really, really appreciate that. And like the video, and please consider subscribing, because new videos will be coming on this channel. Hopefully more than not, because I've been doing a New York Jets channel for the past 2 years and I love it. But deep down, my hobbies, not sports, but my hobbies include horror. I love horror. I love music. I love 80s and 90s pop culture. And I'm a guy who lived it. So, and maybe I'm getting old. Like I said, let me know down in the comments section. Or are people just fucking with us? Seriously, let us know down below. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to see you next time.